Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Hello.
hey,
My countdown's
hello.
done.
Hello,
Okay, okay.
friends.
Listen, I watched the actual stream, not your version of the stream, so I just don't see everything
I
in
know,
real
but
time.
if you're
Okay,
looking at it, it's now done.
I'll fight you. Okay.
I know. You did enough with enough traps.
Oh man, hello, welcome. As you guys can see, we started with some smiles on our faces, mainly because uh, I don't know if they've picked up on this yet, but right before the stream is supposed to start, I usually tell a joke or a funny story to make sure there's smiles on their faces when we start
It
up.
does. It does
uh,
that a lot.
so welcome, hello. My name is Saquon. I am lovingly referred to as Ford by everyone. And
Lovingly?
you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right. You do hate me. Okay, so with that being said, welcome to Twisted Perceptions, guys. Last week we left off right as they were making plans to break into the Wary Stronghold. And you
And
know
we
what?
have said plans.
There's nothing else that needs to be said. Let's jump right into it. You guys are in the tavern. It has been about a day's time. You can see everyone just sat over a table, kind of guarding your stuff and things like that. There's pencils. There's gold pieces. There are little bags. There's little figurines. There's maps. There's everything you can think of, gridded paper, just sitting on this table as you guys think of the perfect heist. What are you guys talking about?
Question.
Sure.
You gotta start it up. You said there's tons of favors and stuff. Did you give us a map?
No.
Did we get a map? Or are we're just
We
plotting off
haven't.
what we observed?
Yeah.
Cool.
Find off what you observed.
And is this the night we left off on or the next day?
The next day.
Cool.
So it messes our timeline a little bit, but that's still fine.
Yes, Ford, we've been planning all week.
I know.
But anyways.
They've been planning
Um
without me. I can't see. I can't take notes or anything like that. So.
yeah, we kept it away from you.
Listen,
We wanted a chance at this. Um
you surprise us. We wanted to surprise you.
Good luck.
What
So
happened?
anyway.
Who knows?
They're looking over the plans. Nazaris is like marking down where she's like seen guards like wherever they're stationed out across like the walls and
Yeah.
the gate and stuff.
And for the sake of things, I'll say that last night and a lot of today, you guys did some scouting. Okay.
Mhm.
So you've got the lay of the land. It's not
Mhm.
like you're going
From the outside.
from the outside at least. Yep.
We got no idea what's inside. Correct. Um. Right. Well, I think we know about as much as we're going to know about what's outside of it. Just wish we had a better sense of what's inside.
Uh, that is true. Sadly enough, my invisibility only lasts me for about a minute. So I can get in, but they'll be able to see me soon after.
Well, the thing is, I'd like it to, well, as direct a path as we could get to what we need and to out. The less distractions and getting lost, the better. Tends to be the best thing for a heist, anyway. I wonder if there's anybody here who might be willing to sell us plans.
Well, we'd first need to figure out where to get them.
Those guards seemed a bit too loyal.
Barkeep comes by and just drops drinks at your guys' table. You've been standing there for about. You guys have been there for about 4 hours, so he just periodically comes and brings more drinks. Ramen or some milk, and everything else is ale.
Milk.
Took me a long time to find this milk. You best drink up.
Oh, of course.
You will.
He walks away. You can hear him grumbling. He's like, "Who would have thought to milk a cow? Who would make money off of that?"
Oh my god!
Oh.
Ramenor's the reason why we have milk!
Yes.
She's gonna think a moment, and then she's gonna look over at the barkeep. And did he have a name?
You look over and you see that his name tag actually is blank.
He is nameless. So
His
she just
name
go
is
look
blank.
up. His name is blank. Baki, I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
He stops for a second, turns around. He's like, "Yes."
Might you know anyone that has a particular knowledge of the inside of the stronghold? We were interested, and we just want to know what we're in for when we get in, possibly in a couple of days when they review our
He
proposal.
thinks for a second. He taps his chin. He's, well, we have a library. It has multiple sections. You could figure that out if you like. Yeah, I think my brother works over there.
Really? And your brother's name?
Sean
And yours?
Blank.
There's a moment of like, blank, blank, and then just, why not? Got it. Thank you very much. And then she turns to the others. Well, sounds like we're headed for the library. Any objections?
Could always go for a good book.
Well, you're the professional here. I mean, I'm just kind of tagging along.
That's about right. So she starts like packing up their stuff because that does not need to be seen by anybody. Packs up their stuffs, summons Katai to her shoulder, and starts walking off towards the library.
All right, cool. You guys have been around town for a day or so now. You know generally where this library is. As you guys walk through again, you start to notice people. Now that you have more of an idea of what you're looking for, you notice that everyone in this town is wearing this purple, white, and yellow flower that you saw at Tao's place. The flower of gentle repose. And everyone's wearing it. You see that it's almost kind of like in a protective spot in everyone's clothing. Some it's underneath their lapel. Others they have it in their hair. Others you can see it in their shoe or like embedded into a bracelet of some sort of things of that nature. And as you approach the library, you find yourself at a large ornate building with Roman style pillars and one door that seems to be disproportionately small to the building itself.
Look at the door and then look at Raminor and see if Raminor is going to fit.
It looks like Raminor could fit. It's not
Cool.
that small.
It may not be small, but he is
It's
big.
just like, why is there a tavern door on a giant
Right.
style building, you know?
Well, they certainly didn't think about architecture for the rest of this place. And then walk inside.
All right. You guys walk in and the place looks like a shack from the inside. This place looks like it's no more than 800 square feet to you. And you see a little elven man with a flower pinned almost to his forehead pop up, and he says, "Hello, hello."
You wouldn't happen to be Sean, would you?
Yeah. What is it you're looking for here?
We came sit by your brother Blank from the tavern. We were in search of information on the stronghold.
I swear
Yeah.
that boy's name is a pun. Okay, so what is it you're looking for?
Information on the stronghold. We just wanted to read up before we went in a couple of days.
I guess that's fair. It's in the architecture section. Just 1 second, okay?
Of course.
You see him kind of duck underneath, and then as you do, you notice that there's a rumbling underneath your feet. The walls seem to close in, and the doors or the walls and everything seems to just push up, and then the room itself becomes solid stone, and then out of nowhere you're kind of pushed up at a slow, steady pace and pushed through what looked the building, taking little twists and turns, and then you stop almost very abruptly, and then all the walls around you close. The walls then start to extend as you can hear clanging and cogging through things, and the room becomes about 1,000 square feet at this point. A table flies up from the center of the room, and the walls then come down. There are scrolls and books lining the walls.
Ooh.
Did you do that? Could you say that one more time?
Playback. Gonna momentarily catch balance because shook. And just Okay. Architecture.
Oh, that's a weird feeling.
Sort of. To the architecture books, I suppose. And starts walking around trying to find that section.
Okay, cool. You look around and you see that this room is only architecture books.
Ooh.
There are books on how this building was built. There are books on how every other building in that town was built and things of that nature. If you want to find this book, I need you guys to go ahead and make me an investigation check.
8.
Yep,
I will do so.
I'm gonna do so.
Ouch.
I see paper. Not even books. Just paper.
24.
He said, "Fun leatherback turtle thing happened per paper." Like,
There's a
That's,
moth that flies by, and Connor's like, ooh.
It's like,
That's
wait,
a
was that a
solid
shadow?
6 there.
that tracks for Ramanor. Okay, so Ramanor's just looking around. He's like, "I don't see any windows or trees, you know."
Yeah.
That tracks. That tracks.
There's a Kimber moment. Too much inside.
As you kind of scan the walls, you find a kind of it seems to be the most well-used book in the entire section that you're in. And you pull it out, and on it has just a carved stone picture of the castle. And underneath it is written "Wary."
He's going to take the book and open it.
All right, cool. You open up the book, and it is a bunch of blank stone tabs inside as pages.
I don't like this for many reasons. She's going to kind of run her fingers along the surface of the stone tabs first to see if she feels anything.
You can feel that there are grooves in every page that you're going through. As you run your fingers through, make me an Arcana check.
Oh. Funny.
Dirty
20.
20. Dirty 20. Okay. Once you do, you realize that there's some type of enchantment on this book. It seems to be some weird type of petrification.
She looks over at Connor. You know about anything that can reverse petrification?
I think the Greater Restoration
Greater
spell.
Restoration can.
She holds out the book. That face says you don't have it prepared, do you?
I'd always have it prepared.
It's expensive.
It is expensive. That's the problem.
Yeah, and we don't have much. Sounds like I need to do some thievery.
Yeah, but we need diamond dust. Worth
Sounds
at
like
least
I need
100 gold. So
So does he? So she's kind of like standing there, like,
would Connor have enough gold for this? I mean, enough diamond dust for this?
I think you would.
Okay.
I think you have enough components to cast all of your spells once.
Once.
Yep.
Okay. If I do this, I can't use the spell again until we get more diamond dust. Just want you to be aware that if we need to depetrify somebody, I will not be able to.
a moment. And she holds it and she's looking around for Sean.
You don't see him.
Sean?
As that happens, you see a little slot open up from the door, and he kind of walks up with his hands behind his back, and he's just walking up, and he pushes his glasses up to his face, and he says, "Yes."
I was hoping to read this book, but it looks like there's a bit of a problem with that.
He like grabs it for a second, and he like, you can see it's a little heavy for him, and he's like, "Huh, a page petrification spell. Not too many people can do that. You got a gold piece?"
She pulls out one of the gold pieces that she stole last night and hands it over to him.
All right, cool. He grabs the gold piece, looks it over, sticks it in his pocket, and he hands the book back to you. As you grab the book falls limp, as if it's turned from stone to paper.
She's gonna kind of and opens it.
You can see now that there are floor plans and writing all over the pages.
She closes it real quick. Thank you very much.
That is very
Neat.
impressive.
He walks over to one of the walls, and he reaches up, and he grabs another book, and he stacks it on top of your the book of the castle. And he says, "Usually people read this one along with that, so just as a faithful hint, I'm sure you guys aren't up to too much." And he just kind of walks, and that hatch closes.
Connor looks over to see the other book.
You see the book, and it seems to be a circular archway with what seems to be a glowing orb in the middle that's covered in foliage.
She will lay them side. She's gonna lay one like on the table, so like one's atop the other, and then open them both.
Okay, cool. You open up both. They seem to be very different books. One is describing kind of like a lush forest, and the other one is describing a castle.
She slides the forest one over to Connor and Raminor. We'll read faster if we split this up. You two take this one. We'll take the floor plans.
Raminor looks at the book. Does it have a title, or is it just imagery?
There's no title, just imagery.
Perfect for the stupid Raminor. No, I'm kidding. Does this arc look familiar at all?
No, not to you.
Okay.
Connor?
Give me a history check. Raminor, if you'd like to give me a history check, you can as well.
I have a 7.
Don't worry, Raminor's coming to save the day with a natural 1. Just to wait for it. No, it's a 9.
Natural 9.
You guys, the archway seems a little familiar to you guys, but it's nothing that you can really recall.
Should Az try?
You gave the book over to him. You're focused on a whole other book.
Okay.
That does look familiar.
Let the
but I
boy
don't know
struggle.
why.
Raminor will start reading.
So will Connor.
Okay, cool. Raminor, as you start to read through the book, you just start to see it's like there seems to be, you glean from the page that there seems to be a pretty lush forest that sits behind the wary stronghold. It's full of some dangerous, some non-dangerous creatures, as well as is home to just an old tribe. Was or is, depending on how you look at the time period you're in.
Is because Connor's going to try to keep his mind.
Is there any
in tune.
information in this book that would be dated later than what the time period supposedly is here?
All of that seems to be dated to that time period.
Okay.
So even in that book, even though it seems to be dated to that time period, it still says that civilization was ancient.
Good to know.
We'll
So
continue reading it until we get information.
Okay, cool. As you continue to read, you realize that they were pretty well versed in magical technologies, learning how to imbue things with magics, so much so that some of their things are still used in the world today. And you see near the end of the book this large archway with a glowing orb in the middle covered in foliage. But it doesn't give any information on what it's done, what it needs to be used, or anything of that nature. All it does is have a picture of it, and that's it. You see at the top of that page, Cullis.
Cullis? If you could
Yep.
put that in our notes, how you type it
Sure.
or how you spell it.
Second.
Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, all that's happening, and Connor's going to take a look at everything else. He's going. Is there anything else in there that kind of? Well,
What's up?
Connor, being who he is, which I gotta double check his spells real quick, because I just realized that since they had a long rest, he would end up changing up his spell list from last night. So what exactly does it mention with the people?
Just seems like that they were pretty advanced for magical technologies and learning how to imbue things with magic, whether that be nature or, yeah.
He considers it for a minute, because he has legend lore. But he's just like, I can only cast this once. Is this worth it right now? He doesn't do anything at the moment with it, but it's on his mind.
Very cool. Shaq, as they're doing this, you're reading through this and you've gained the knowledge of the floor plans of the entire Wary Stronghold, from floor all the way up to the second story of the building. So from there, you have a decent knowledge of the corridors. There are no traps that you see laid out, but as you know from any other series of escapades you have gone on, that there will probably be traps. You know that there's two wings to this place. One wing is used for smithing. The other wing is used for making whiskey. And the wing that you are looking to get into is the wing closest to the gate itself. So you don't have to go through the other wing to get to the whiskey side. It doesn't say necessarily where they hold the finished whiskey, so you have to look for that though.
Important question.
Sure.
When the Celestial told us to come get the whiskey, did he have a bottle of whiskey on him?
Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
broke it.
They got shattered.
Yes. Okay. So Connor saw it completely, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he's going to look to Azurus and just be like, when we plan on doing this, I will try to get as close as possible to the actual fortress walls, wherever this may be, and cast locate object on the actual wine, on the whiskey, and try to gauge general direction for you to find it.
Well, seems you'll be more useful than just for sneaking.
I'll do what I can, but it'll be difficult with the invisibility being not as great as it should. But we'll
Do what we
manage.
can.
We'll do what we can.
What's your book talking about?
The actual tribe that lives on the other side of the actual fortress. It's talking about the archway, the Cullis archway, and that the tribe is very ancient, even during this time period. And they're good with magic imbuement. So maybe, if we're able to, and they still exist outside of this time bubble, they may be able to actually impart some enchantments on our armor and weapons. If we could actually get them to agree to it.
With a shot, one more thing to add to our list of fetch quests.
No, this is not a fetch quest. This is mainly a possibility for us to better off our armaments.
Not a bad idea. Look at that. For later. I have the floor plans. We just need to get into this wing, and she points on the floor plans to the wing where she vaguely knows that the whiskey's going to be. Just kind of, we need to get into here. Forward question, from their scouting of outside, could she tell which side, like she can tell which side of the building this is, right? Like
So
that the
it
swing
was-
is on.
From what Ford said, it's the side that we were stopped at, correct?
Okay. And so therefore we need to get either through the gate or over the wall. Was there any other entrances that we observed in our scouting?
You notice that in between the hours of 1 and 2 a.m. that there is a shift change that takes a little longer than normal.
Right then. Well,
Okay.
so I thought I had to sneeze. And I felt it, and and then it didn't come, and now I'm annoyed. Well, we know what direction we're going in. We know that this is the one place we need to get in, and we know when the best shift change is for this to happen. So I say we go back, we get ready, and we wait for the dead of night.
We still need to get more coin.
Get what?
More gold. More
Well,
ways to
like,
pay.
while you guys were scouting around, you probably got some gold
Okay.
while you guys were out. I'll say you guys added another 50.
You
gold
think
to
Az
that.
went out and didn't pickpocket
listen.
these oblivious back period people?
Just making Connor would just make sure, okay?
Yeah. Well, unless there's any objections, I say we head back.
Nope. Nothing else.
Sean!
You see the room start to clang and clack, and the walls pull up amongst themselves once again, and then they shrink in back into another 800 square foot room or so, and then you start to feel the platform underneath your feet slowly drop, not as to startle you, but to start to move and take you to where you need to be. You go left, right, up, down, and then you come down at a little slant, and then you pause, and you can feel the platform lock into place. You can see that small wooden shack style door standing right behind you, and then Sean pulls up from behind the desk and he says, "Find everything to your liking, I suppose?"
Well then,
Yes.
thank you very much. And she sets her book that she was reading down on his desk. Can't thank you enough.
Connor would have had the other book and put it down also. But at the same time, he kind of stopped and like, is there any chance we can borrow this book?
He looks at you and cocks his head a little bit, and he says, "Sure. Don't let it get destroyed. That's a rare one."
I'll return it tomorrow.
You best.
Connor's gonna pocket that book because he wants to read further into it, really dig into that book.
Okay. You guys do?
Gonna head back to the tavern, do some more prepping. And otherwise, I don't think we have anything to do other than wait for nighttime.
Ramanor is fully prepped. He's got his
His
cask of
presence,
ale.
that is his prep.
He's got his cask of ale and his happy attitude.
That's about all we need.
Connor, this entire time, as they're sitting inside of the actual thing, he would end up reading the book that they got, trying to understand more about the tribe and everything else that's in it, as well as the archway.
Okay. Going through that book. Hmm, give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay.
Intelligence or history, whichever one you want.
I'll go history because because I have +5 to it. Screw it. He has a 10.
The most you can get from reading through this book is that this was a race of ASMR people, and they're pretty smart.
He'll pass it off to Az and be like, maybe you could probably understand this a little bit more. All I know is that they're ASMR and what I told you before.
Wait, can he still hear people's inner thoughts because the necklace and gauntlet thing?
Yep.
You hear like half a dozen jokes about intelligence and him fly through her head. She says none of them. And she holds back, doesn't say it, and just takes the book and starts reading.
All right, give me a history check.
Okay. 11.
Yeah, they're ASMR and they're smart. You did get
Hands it
one
to
other thing though.
Ramanor.
You did get one other thing though. Sometimes they eat meat.
Sometimes.
Wow.
That's
Hands book
impressive.
to Ramanor. You're pretty smart. Here, you do this.
No, here's what. She would read it. She'd look at Ramanor, because she picks it up as nature and is like, you try.
Or give me a history check with advantage.
Oh, okay.
We all
I
just
mean-
tried to read this book and not get anything.
I am waiting for Ramanor to
But I
So
just
come to
history
life.
realized-
advantage?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
I just realized Shaq did not roll
Nat
that.
20.
Nat 20.
That's a nat 1 and a nat 20.
Ramanor, I want you.
Nat
Uh,
20.
I'm going to tell you what you know, Ramanor, and I want you to convey it in the most intelligent way possible to the team. Okay?
Please do.
I just want to see how this plays out in real
Okay,
quick.
okay.
So Ramanor, basically what you understand from this is that this was a group of ASMR people. They were set up in different sects, from farmers to your tinkerers, what they called them at the time, what you would know as a modern day artificer, and then you had your guardians. The guardians were the most important of these people. The guardians were there to guard very powerful ones, but magical items. But the problem is that they never put a bunch of information on these magical items, on the more powerful ones, because they didn't want people to know how to use them and use them for the wrong reasons. So only the guardians knew the whereabouts and how to use this specific magical item that they were tasked with guarding. That's all you know.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a bunch of different sects. There's farmers and artificers, and there's these people called the Guardians. They, I guess, they protected the really strong magical items, but there's nothing here about There's nothing about them that no one ever talked about the items themselves. They kind of only were known by the Guardians. Essentially, those are the only people that know about them and how to use them. I mean, that's pretty much it.
She looks to Connor. Doesn't say it because she knows that she's gonna think at him. Just, how did I know that if I handed this one anything that remotely even had to do with a leaf, he was gonna get it?
Connor's face just falls hearing the information coming out of Ramanor. He's just like, why do I bother? Am I just a pretty face for this group? Is this what it is? Is this
Or is
Where
he
does he-
stretching it?
Where does he know this information from, Gordon?
Just from reading the book, you were able to glean all of that from reading the book.
I'm either a pretty face or the meat shield.
It's the meat shield.
You could at least let me feel better about myself.
Is this in your mind?
No,
Or
this
you
is,
has-
No,
he
she
would-
said that
he
out
would say
loud.
this. He would say this out loud.
Ramanor will not say anything.
I can
want
still
to say
hear his
something.
thoughts.
I want to say something. Ramanor does not, but he will encourage you and say, I mean, you probably the pretty face. I don't think you're a meat shield.
Just in Azur's head, he's so innocent. Anyways, got the information you wanted now. We prepare for tonight. My main question is, and she looks at Ramanor,
Uh-huh.
as much as I like having a heavy hitter, you're not exactly built to sneak around, and that is going to be our biggest asset.
That's not part of the plan. I'm distracting the guards, remember?
We're going at the shift change. There will be no guards.
I'll pull some away so they don't come back on their shift. Unless you just want to drink the cask of ale yourself.
Don't tempt me. But anyways,
I could probably use that right now. But anyway.
right. How about this? We go with the shift change. Connor and I go in, and you wait, and when they come back, you distract them with the ale, and when you see us coming out, you cause even more of a distraction so that we can get out without being spotted.
Okay. What are you thinking I'm gonna do as this distraction?
Well, you're you. I assume you'll be friendly.
Oh yeah, but you mean bigger distraction. What do I do with that?
No, trap one of them in the barrel.
Tell them the beauty of milk. Why not?
That's a good
For the
story.
love of everything, tell them about the beauty of milk.
Just run with that. I
Who
think
all is wearing ironwood currently?
Ramanor is always wearing ironwood.
Yes, it's true.
Because he's made of ironwood now.
we don't have the ironwood armor because we
We
have
never
to go back
got
and
it.
pay
We
for
haven't
it.
gone back yet to get the
Okay.
armor.
Because
Just
we also
making
have to
sure.
pay for it.
Just making sure. That's all. Ramanor, your heart. You can feel your heart kind of beat twice almost. And with that beating of your heart, you feel the heart of the ironwood sink a little deeper into your soul, into your body. And
Hurt?
no. And from
Huh.
there, you now have complete knowledge of where any fragment of ironwood is within a 120-foot radius.
Oh,
Okay then.
do I sense any right now other than on my chest?
Yes.
Oh,
Where?
You sense it outside the tavern.
Is our friend there?
Is it our cart?
No.
No, actually, what I was talking about was is her hero. What would be the proper phrasing for this?
Childhood hero.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Fallen Kilroy.
Mm-hmm.
Is he? I don't know.
Because the mask was a fragment of ironwood. No,
yeah,
no.
sure is.
Yeah,
the
so
one he offered to Az.
That's kind of this is weird.
It is.
The heart thing kind of went deeper, I think. But does he know it's ironwood that he's sensing?
No, he just has like this familial or familiar presence about whatever he's sensing.
I'm feeling a drag towards that direction for some reason.
Is it milk?
It's outside the tavern, so maybe it could be a cow.
She looks at Connor. Do we follow the soft boy?
We may as well go outside.
Stretch our legs before the heist?
Exactly.
All right. She looks to Romanor. Lead the way.
All right.
Ramanar, as you get up and walk towards the door, you put your hand on the door and you feel that presence completely disappear.
Do I remember where it was?
Yes.
Okay. He's going to, like, try and head in that direction out of the tavern.
Okay, cool. You head in that direction. Give me an investigation check, Ramanar.
Oh,
Ah, ha, ha.
Ramanor's great at these. Actually, it wasn't too
Jeez.
bad. 17.
You see two indents on the ground of feet. Look like foot imprints. Didn't look
But
like no one.
nothing
look-
leading away?
Nope.
They just stood there, and then that's it.
Huh. That's weird, right?
Do we see the footprints?
Yeah,
He points them out.
He points them out to you.
She's looking around for more.
None.
Yes, that is weird. I mean,
Connor looks up to the rooftops.
teleportation isn't, too far
Yeah.
off the board, but
Ramanor looks up to see if there's anything on rooftops or just in the sky.
no one Jesus seeing themselves up like Connor. Yerm.
Oh.
Connor would end up looking down at the ground at the actual prints, and considering that he already saw him, he would try to figure out if they're the same size print or not.
Ooh, give me an investigation check. Please.
This specific boot print matches exactly to Kilroy.
It's like this indentation.
No, I have an 8. They look similar. They could
it
be.
looks like it could be a dog footprint for all you know.
Connor does not say shit.
I feel like Az just doesn't know what to do, so I'm not gonna roll anything.
The bull stopped going, but I think it was this.
Well, what it
I don't know.
is either says one of two things. The fact that we came out and there's nobody here means that we are on somebody's radar.
Can I make a check
What is radar?
to see what I was feeling? The pulse.
It's just a feeling
Like intelligence,
that people
maybe?
that we're just.
Sure.
You're making an intelligence check?
Yeah?
Do it, do it, do it.
18.
Damn!
You
Ramanor's smart today.
You remember you're like this feels like a piece of me, and you assume that means iron.
I think it might have been a drag towards Ironwood. I'm not sure. That kind of feels right. Considering what this is made out of.
If it was Ironwood, that gives us a very odd situation considering in this town, in this period of time, it's only just been discovered. It's not exactly as common as for us,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
which means there's only a few people who have it. We met one.
Exactly.
Well, I met one.
Yes. As it stands, it means he's keeping an eye out on you.
Of course he is. Nobody offered me. Think he wants me to get the job done. I wanted to get the job done.
Aye. So,
Not Connor. I'm sorry, Ramanor.
Yes.
Give me a perception check.
No. Another
The
nat
non-
20.
No,
Another nat
that's a
20.
7.
Oh, no.
That's
Alright.
a whole 7.
You don't see anything.
I mean, that's typical
We're
Ramanor.
too busy with each other to.
He probably saw a tree.
You did see a tree.
No. He just saw a
God
leaf
damn
in the
it.
wind. He saw a
God-
leaf in the wind.
Ooh, what's your passive perception, Connor? 23? 24?
27.
27 with a
Dear
17.
God.
I'll give you a passive of -10 because you're occupied talking to Az right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with a 17, you also notice that tree that Ramanor notices.
Oh,
It's a special tree. See, Ramanor knows what he's looking for.
Connor suddenly has PTSD.
Connor flinches. He does flinch. He's just like,
Connor has a PTSD episode.
tree. Can we go somewhere else away from trees?
Does he actually say that?
He's just like, I think we should go do some more recon. Yes, let's go. Make
Now
sure.
that
of everything
Connor
else.
has drawn attention to that tree, Ramanor, you notice that there's something a little magical about that tree.
Does Az see the tree now?
Yeah,
He's
you
going
definitely see
to
the
walk
tree.
over
She looks
towards
at the
it.
tree and looks at Connor. It's a tree. And then you hear like another dozen jokes about him and trees and getting slammed into the ground fly through
Give
her
me
head.
an
She said
Arcana
none of
check,
them.
Ramanor.
Ramanor is going to use his Furbolg magic ability to detect magic.
Oh, okay. Let's do
I like how
that.
your Furbolg magic was a gun. It was
I
a
know.
finger gun.
Detect magic. You detect
Hey.
magic on this tree, and you realize that that tree is actually just a gateway. It's covering up something.
Guys,
Yes?
this tree is supposed to take people somewhere. Like
I'm sorry?
magically teleport people.
Under Connor's breath. He's probably gonna sleep with my damn death. Anyway, do we go inside? Do we go? Do we?
Do we go inside?
Do
Ramanor is just
we
like
what do we do?
stepping up to the tree and just like looking it over. Like, is there an obvious like thing that was like, oh
Az
hey,
just
do
kind of looks
this?
over and touch it.
No, there wasn't an obvious thing. You look over it and you think, I could walk through this tree, but you could walk
She,
through most
she,
trees.
she
Connor.
tells Ramanor to touch it. It's
Oh,
just,
okay.
hey,
Ramanor will, yeah. He'll just like put his hand on it.
Your hand goes through the tree.
ah,
All right, he just goes in.
Oh. Ramanor
She looks
disappears into
to
inside
Connor.
this tree.
and it's like, can you still hear him?
What do I see inside?
Can I
And that'll
still
be
hear
like
him?
that'll be the thoughts that are running through his
You
head. It's just like,
cannot hear him.
No,
Oh,
we're gonna need to go inside.
can Ramanor pop his head back out and be like, "You guys coming?"
Yes, you can.
He does.
you know, this town gets weirder and weirder by the hour.
By the hour, more like by the minute.
Fair. And then she walks through.
And then Connor's gonna take up the rear.
All right, cool. As you guys walk into this, you find yourselves in a lush, almost magical forest. The bed is covered in flowers from panda lilies to roses to whatever you can think of. It's on this forest floor. As you look around, you see that there is just tree after tree. There seems to be lamps hanging after this tree, and as you walk, you can see that this place seems to be in a perpetual time of twilight. You look around, and Connor, with your high-ass passive perception, you can hear very light footsteps through these places. As you hear these footsteps, you see a woman with long braided white hair and a scar on her left eye, and she walks up to you with all that she has, and she plants her staff right in front of you, and you are met with what seems to be a stranger. And from there,
Oh, hi.
we're gonna go to our break.
Cool. cruel.
That is very cruel. Not
Cruel.
gonna lie. That is beyond cruel.
All right,
Hilarious
well,
setup, but cruel.
all right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and I hope you enjoyed so far. But from here on out, we will be a team of. So,
Yeah.
we'll be back.
Or-
Kay, welcome to the game.
Hello.
Okay.
See you. Good luck, guys.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Howdy how.
Hello there.
Hello. This is our friend Kay, and for those of you from her TikTok account, she's also known as Bard Mom. Don't call her Kay unless you know her personally. She will fight you.
Sure.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's get back into it.
So we're now in the lush, magical but
lush-
not non-magical
It
forest.
seems magical, but it's not really magical, you know?
Ramanor just said, "Hi."
Ramanor, you notice the
Just
staff
hold-
she is holding is made out of ironwood.
Huh.
How's her hand at her hilt?
We're
Discuss.
flavoring it that way.
I don't see many people in these woods. Hello.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Hey. You as well. You guys just out for a stroll?
I mean, we
Of
found that
sorts.
tree back there. You can walk through, and kind of went through, and now we're here.
Oh, that tree. That's right. Okay. Why did you walk through the tree?
I was curious.
We weren't
We
gonna leave
followed
him
him.
alone.
Decent
Plus,
question. Don't
I
know if you're
mean-
the smartest one or the dumbest one.
I like nature.
Me too.
Connor leans over to Azuris. I like her. She tells us straight.
Just doesn't
you-
say anything.
Are you guys tired? I've got some tea brewing at home.
What kind of busy, thank you?
Yeah, he came through. We came after to make sure that he's okay.
I mean, I enjoy some tea. Maybe some other time.
I mean, I do have like Constance. She made like some fresh milk this morning too. I got that. I just baked a whole bunch of pastries.
We're busy.
Ramanor pouts.
Connor,
Yes.
with this, you notice that she's more than likely a druid. And Connor's cynical mind, he goes through every interaction he's had the past while, and he's noticed, and you remember that in the distance, you could always see a deer.
So, deer's common, or
Maybe.
Insight.
Come
check.
on.
Inside check.
I'm gonna insight this woman. That is a 19.
Deers are pretty common.
What I wanted. But okay. She's not lying about the deer.
druid?
Does she like, I don't know.
Come on. Have some tea.
Last druid I met, I fought. I'd rather not do it again.
Promise I'm
Did
not like that,
also-
Azuris.
I also
I said
what?
that she what? And her there's immediately her sword is lit up in her hand.
What happened? What'd you say?
She said her name.
Just immediately, sword in hand. Excuse you.
I'm excused? What?
I'm excused.
Connor's just like,
And you know my name. How?
Oh, I heard you guys talking about it.
where?
When I was the deer. Full circle. Here we go.
When you were the deer, where?
Around.
I was really hoping she'd just say yes.
Sorry, retcon. Yes.
No. We're gonna leave now. And she turns around to try and walk through the tree.
The tree is solid.
is going to stab the tree with her sword.
You're having
Don't
fun
do.
back there.
Is angry.
Don't. Sure
The
would.
tree
The tree
starts
did
to catch
nothing
fire.
to you, dear.
The tree starts to catch fire.
Oh,
She has no
why?
regrets.
Ramanor does nothing to stop this fire. Ms. Druid, can you fix this fire?
Yeah. How do I do, Drew?
How do I be a
I can
druid?
do. I can do things.
I'll just say
Yeah.
since you can.
She
you
will
can.
wave. Druidcraft, you can, because I always
Yeah.
forget that. She'll wave her hand and the fire goes out. The tree did nothing to you, dear.
Yes, well, would you rather me stab you? Because I'm more than willing.
What can I do to you?
Stuck here now.
You're the one who followed him through the tree. I had nothing to do with that.
Yes. You just watch as is used to be irritable nature coming back up to the surface.
In Sylvan, hoping that Druid knows Sylvan, oh, I guess we're stuck here. You said you had tea and milk.
What?
Is that because you didn't understand the Sylvan? Okay. You will say it again in common.
I do, actually. Fresh butter, too. Ah, Constance is the most amazing butter. I mean, I churn it and everything, but still, she does all the work.
Oh, it seems we're not getting back to the tree, so you two want to go have some tea?
No, I want to go back, and I want to get our heist done with.
All right, well then
on.
tell me which direction
on.
the castle is.
Where are we in terms of the Weir stronghold?
Is he asking her that?
Yes.
DM, where are they in terms of the stronghold?
In the best way to answer as your character would, oh, we're here and there. It's not far, but it's also not really that close. You
It's
can
around.
you can get there. It's
did
not
we get it?
long.
Did we get a name of the woods behind Wary Stronghold?
The Wary Woods.
And did we get a name of the civilization?
No.
Are these the Wary Woods, or are they something else?
That would be it.
So we're behind the castle somewhere. Okay.
And we have a day to really complete your mission, pointing to Az.
Now that's happening tonight.
Because tomorrow they're supposed to let us in to actually get the whiskey as well.
Well, maybe we don't even know. There's a chance that request gets denied.
That is true.
And I don't exactly feel like walking in the front door to go and steal their stuff.
Also true.
She points
Probably
the
not
sword
the best
at
idea.
the woman. How do we get back?
Good question. Oh, you were actually asking me that. Walking, probably.
And what would be
Connor
the
just
quick...
hears in Az's head, do not stab the woman, don't stab the woman yet, don't stab the woman yet, don't stab the woman yet.
Ramanor will get in front of Az so that she's no longer pointing the sword.
Connor just walks up towards her and just goes, "We've been rude. I'm Connor Gloomhand. This is Azura Sarosa and Ramanor. And who might you
Adelaide
be?"
Glen.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, not to be rude, but what would be the quickest way back to the Wary Stronghold?
Says flying.
You're trying to get back or actually get there for the first time?
What do you mean?
What?
You said you're getting back to the stronghold?
We were at the Stronghold in some weird time shenanigans thing. I think. I don't know. It's. But we were there and we're here now. And by the way, what year is it to you?
Damn, what year is it to me? I don't know your guys' calendar.
It's the same year as the town.
Okay. So no, we just needed to go back because we were there when we saw the tree and we came through.
Understandable. Follow me.
Is going to follow a strange druid through magical woods that we found through a tree. That's what we're doing now.
Would you rather try and find a way back yourself?
Connor's just gonna follow
Yes.
Adelaide at
But I'm
this
not
point
stupid enough.
and just gonna wave the two of them to come along because
Commoner's been following.
yeah.
As is following unhappily.
As Connor follows, she turns to him, kind of pats the cheek. You're a cute one. And then just keeps walking.
Thank you.
As snorts from the back.
Connor, when she gets that close up to you, I want you to roll an investigation check.
Gee, we have our first person who said you have a pretty face. You're not a meat shield.
17. This woman is far older than you think she is. And she is very much alive.
Does she have the flower of gentle repose?
No, nowhere you can see it.
Thousands of years old. Still acts like a child.
That's totally not player.
That is totally the player. Connor, as they're walking through. So, I don't mean to ask or be rude, but, do you know by chance as to why the town before the stronghold, everybody wears a flower of gentle repose on them?
He first. Keep talking.
Is that a yes?
Eventually.
Is this woman
Eventually.
Fae or celestial of any type? Fae, celestial, fiend?
She is an Asimar, so celestial.
Not. I don't think Asimar is celestial.
No, she's a
Technically
goddess.
register as
Fine.
humanoid.
Mhm.
Heart.
Okay, she's an Asimar.
Cool. Fallen?
No.
After a while,
Regular? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
lead you all to the cutest little cabin ever. There's a little farm outside. She's got one cow, got a sheep out there as well. There are like torches and everything. She leads everyone in, and it looks like the cutest little pioneer cabin you ever did see. She's got a butter churner. She's got like a wood stove kind of oven thing going on, and it smells so good. Cause she just made pastries.
Is there any ironwood here?
Just the
other than
iron,
this?
just the
just this-
ironwood on her person.
Okay.
She takes the staff, she leans it against the door. Then she goes over to a counter, uncovers it. So hungry?
Sure.
Oh, of course. He just takes one.
Perfect.
As
Okay.
touches nothing.
What are the pastries?
They're like a strawberry cream filled Danish.
Hmm.
They're delightful.
Can
And
I
then
have one
she
in
comes
real
out-
life?
I wish. So wish. And then she's gonna come over and bring like a decently large jug of milk and set it down with some glasses. And then she'll bring over a tea kettle,
What do you mean
and like a-
glasses?
Mugs.
cups.
Mugs.
No. I mean, the jug's for Ramonor, isn't it?
Oh. Yes. Sure. Whatever you want.
Just kidding.
So I'll lay like the hot water kettle, any loose leaf tea, as because you can pick to your heart's content, and then she will sit down.
Ramonor pours a glass of milk. Eats his Danish with his milk, and then gets a cup of tea.
Connor serves himself a cup of tea and just leaves it on the table. So, about that flower and the town?
Yes. What was your question exactly on that?
Why does everybody in the town, before the stronghold, all wear the flower?
Very good question. It's to keep them safe.
From what?
Well, everything. You're travelers, right? You know what's outside. The world is just crazy.
How can a single flower protect them from everything? A flower's purpose, as I understand it, is simply to keep a body from going bad.
Mm-hmm.
So are you
Doesn't exactly stop you from becoming a body in the first place.
No, you're right. But everybody's happy, are they not?
Is insane, is what they are.
But they're out of time. They haven't. Connor just rubs at the bridge of his nose. He's like,
She will push the tea a little bit closer to him. Wow, we're so on edge all the time.
Ramonor finally finishes his stuff and starts drinking. But he actually pours a little bit of milk in the tea. Have you tried this before? Milk and tea. It's
Me?
fantastic. Yeah.
Of course I have.
I don't know.
so
Just wondering.
let me just understand this. This town wears a flower
Mhm.
to protect themselves from everything.
Yes.
Time included.
Yes. It's so much better like this, is it not?
So, you mean to tell me that you would rather live thousands of years and think and not grow with those around you?
I don't think time has much to do with growth. It depends what kind of growth you're talking about. These people who are stuck in time, they can still grow as people. I've met people who have lived outside of the town, outside of that that time and they never grow.
Doesn't that interrupt the natural circle of life?
Maybe. But like I said, they're happy.
Connor has like no words at this time, so he just takes a Danish, holds it in his hand for a bit, and he just. So what do you do here then?
So I live, hang out with Constance sometimes. She's great to talk to, has great advice. My question though is, what are you all trying to do with Stronghold?
None of your business.
But it is.
How's
Why
this-
is that?
I will wait for you to tell me why you're getting into Stronghold.
We just want to get some whiskey.
I'm not.
What?
The whiskey in the Stronghold.
You already know that the man is gonna say everything anyway.
Well, I
Why
guess,
do you need specifically that whiskey?
Because some celestial man told us to get it.
After his
Why?
previous bottle was broken.
a member of our group kind of broke his bottle, so we're getting him another one to replace it.
So you just, because he told you to go get another one, you're just going to go get another one?
Well, it's also part of a payment in order to actually have horses and everything else in order for us to travel around, so... Quid
This
pro
is very
quo.
intentionally not saying anything more about what else they need it for.
It's a little bit of a trade.
Hmm.
He gave us things, and we are meant to use the whiskey as a barter for what he gave us.
What is he giving you?
Horses, cart, means to travel.
Fetch quest. Fetch quest. Why does it matter so much? Why?
Curiosity.
Yeah.
You know that curiosity killed the cat?
Very true. But curiosity led you here. And she will stand up. She will go to the back corner and open a little cupboard or whatever. Come back with a bottle. She will place it on the table. Your whiskey.
Blink, blink.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this straight. We just needed to tell you, and you're going to give this to us with no hassle, nothing in return.
I mean, I'm not really gonna drink it. It's just sitting here and you say you need it for a horse and carriage. Better than trying to break in, either die or kill all the people there, right?
Okay, first of all, we
This
were
one
not
seems to like to pull her sword out a lot. So
we
it's
were
kind
not
of
going to kill
a
anybody.
little bit-
We were not going to kill anybody.
Hmm.
Knock them unconscious, yes, not kill them.
Yeah, but things happen.
Connor hears in Az's head this entire circulating string of debate on whether or not bringing this back will get her what she wants with, I forgot the NPC's name. Looks to notes channel.
With her hero. With her hero.
Alton Kilroy. She is trying to figure out if this is enough to get her in with Fulton because she technically didn't steal it. But will he know that? But would she risk that? Like, there's just so much going through her head.
Connor, at this point, looking at Adelaide and actually having this conversation, is going to think about it for a minute. And all as we'll hear is just, I'm going to tell her. He takes a bite of the Danish, downs the tea in it quickly, puts it down. There was another reason why we're trying to sneak into the stronghold.
As at this point, it's just like, she's just doing the, like, pinching the bridge of her nose and shaking her head.
Because we want to learn some things. And the only way to learn such things is by completing a test. The test was break in, grab a bottle, and escape.
Okay, then. She picks up the whiskey and takes it back.
Connor would just be like, if there's a way for us to do that without harming anybody, I would want to know how.
Couldn't we just bring it back and not tell him anything? Just
But-
say we
Think
got it.
he's been watching?
He's from the way that Az talks about him, he would know instantly that it wasn't done. Which doesn't allow us to learn anything.
Did he tell you to actually steal the whiskey, or did he just say, get it?
Well, he knew that our quest was to get in there and get it. And considering I'm being hired for my sticky fingers, and my trial is to get in there and get out without getting caught and bring that stuff back. Yes.
So we can keep this bottle of whiskey, and then if it doesn't work out, we still have a bottle of whiskey. Right?
Druid woman here willing to still give it to us?
Adelaide?
I mean, I have plenty of it here. Yeah, I don't care. Is there a reason you have to do all of this set stuff?
Adelaide, do you know what's currently going on in
The outside.
What do you mean?
Have you ever heard of the Council of Nine?
Third dimension.
Insight check.
Sure.
Sus.
The best part about being a dungeon master is the fact that I haven't had to say a word for 30 minutes.
I can't get a read on this woman. Shit.
I will be.
You may not
right
be
back.
saying a word, but you're sending me messages.
Connor has a nat 20 insight.
As
She,
is too hot and bothered.
she does indeed know quite a bit about the current events about the Council of Nine.
So, do you know that somebody tried to kill the 8th council member? Possibly, from what we have seen, may actually have been the 5th that is trying to kill them. The 5th has also personally said that he's going to come after me at some point. And from what Az has told us, which I still honestly don't really believe, but I've been slowly starting to, is that she's from 10 years in the future where the council almost breaks the balance. And from what she said, we hunted them down.
But you're not doing that anymore?
We don't. For me, I don't know where this starts. But we found the very first council member in town.
Mm-hmm.
Her test puts her into the council. And if that is the case, seeing that it is out of time, if it changes anything, we may know more. She may actually end up having access to things that we don't know right now that will actually help us figure out what exactly is going on. That is my purpose in helping her with this test.
Mm.
Because if we could find a way to limit the damage to everybody, less deaths around, I will gladly do it.
She will then turn to Azurus. My dear, you fought this group with these gentlemen supposedly 10 years in the future?
Yes, I did.
And are you trying to do it again?
I'm trying to do it right this time.
And what is right?
I'm still trying to find out.
So you take the whiskey back to this guy. Find out more about one of the council members so that you can bring down the rest of the council?
Like I said, I'm still figuring it out.
You two are just along for the ride.
No,
Pretty much.
I've actually decided that maybe along for the ride, but I will help as much as I can in every way that I can. So, if it turns out the fact that we end up breaking the world in order to stop whatever calamity that this rogue council member wants to save it all, then I'll do that.
She will lean forward on the table and particularly look at Connor and Romanar. So I don't know if they're sitting on opposite sides of the table, but she will look back and forth with them. This is not something you go along with. This is something you need to decide, and decide quick. Is your head and your heart fully in it? Because if it's not, better start walking home.
Who are you to tell my friends to leave me?
Are they your friends?
Oof.
A wild mother puts me where I
There's
need to
just
be.
immediate, like, there's anger, and then there's doubt, and then she just tries to just cover it.
A wild mother puts me where I need to be.
You can't
No.
argue with that.
Fine. How much you want? I'll be outside. And she just walks out the door. And just waits outside the door.
She likes to run, doesn't she?
What was that?
She likes to run, doesn't she?
When things get a little bit too hectic. Yes.
This path is about to get very hectic.
So I can't leave her then. And like I
No,
said,
it's not about you leaving her, honey. It's about her leaving you. Like she just did. So therefore, I don't think I can help you.
I can't argue that. I can't offer anything in regards to her actions. But I thank you. You don't know us. We don't really know you as well. But you've already offered us some assistance.
Could have offered much more. Have you heard about the gate?
You mean the Arch of Cullis?
Mm-hmm.
We read a little snippet about it.
Mm.
It sounds familiar to me, but I don't know why.
And that it's in the stronghold? The opposite wing of the whiskey that you so desperately need?
What is the Archway?
Teleportation.
To where?
The rest of the gates in the world.
So, anywhere we want to go, as long as there's a gate there, it'll take us?
You have to do a couple things first, but yes, ideally.
What would we need to do?
You need to find a guardian first, who would be willing and find you worthy to help.
And let me guess. You're one of them.
Indeed.
And as a group, we're not worthy.
Right now, no. Run when things get tough. You don't work together. You will stab people as soon as you meet them. Which can be understandable at some points. But to not be willing to listen to the hard stuff and leave instead, that is not someone the world needs right now. The world needs someone to make tough choices and to potentially sacrifice for the greater good.
If you're asking if I would put my life down for either one of these two, for the world, I'll tell you this now. For the world, a couple of weeks ago, I would have told you no. But now, considering everything that I've seen, considering the fact that Romanor has actually saved my life more times than I could count since I've actually met him, that has actually helped watch out for me and make sure the fact that I haven't fallen, I would definitely stand before them before anything could actually harm them. And I consider her a friend, regardless of her actions.
But you're not just along for the ride.
I never said I was. Romanor said he was. I was going to
He's
explain
in the
that I wasn't.
color.
Because I still wasn't sure.
But now you are.
Yes.
I'm always along for the ride. It's not necessarily this specific one, rather wherever the Wild Mother points me. And with these people, these two, I know I'm in the right place. I know what we're doing matters.
Told me about you. I have no doubt about me more.
I'd die for most people in this world. I was put here to protect people from the things that aren't supposed to be here. So, yes. I may not be along the ride with these people, but I know it's the right place to be. The Wild Mother guided me here.
She's never wrong. That's 1, 2.
Give me a minute. He stands and heads outside.
Az is just kind of standing outside the door, like cleaning out underneath her fingernails with a dagger.
Hey,
Connor, Connor, you watch as Ramanor walks out of the house, and you see next to the door is a larger gentle repose flower.
Is that one yours?
There's no voice. Maybe.
Connor just looks at Adelaide for a minute and just was like, for a minute while we were in town, I actually considered taking off a flower from somebody to see what would happen.
Curiosity.
Mainly because I was worried it was a trap.
As you always are.
Hmm?
As you always are.
I've dealt with enough traps. This one was too good to be true. But I stayed my hand.
Like that tea you're drinking? You have no idea what's in it, do you? I'm kidding. It's just really good tea. I totally promise.
It's alright. I needed to see if my family stories are true.
I mean, what are those?
Never
stories?
drink the tea from anybody.
And do you regret your decision?
No, because clearly I'm still awake.
I mean, for now. I tease again. I tease.
Ramanor walks outside and up to Az. You okay?
I'm just fine.
Are you really?
Fine as I can be.
She's offering us help.
Good for her. I'm sure her and Connor are having a great conversation.
We were.
Lovely. I'm sure you'll tell me all about it when it's done. And we'll go from there.
We were talking about what exactly we would do for each other. And I heard Connor say he would put his life on the line, make sure that you were okay. As would I.
You don't need any more people to die for me. Or because of me. And at no point have I ever wanted to do a thing that would have a chance of getting either of you killed. I didn't come back from those 10 years. I'll get thrown back from those 10 years and find you to throw you in harm's way. I know. I'm not the best person around. Never claimed to be. I'm just trying.
Well, we're not perfect. None of us are. I'm sure I caused problems for those 10 years. No matter how small or insignificant, there were still problems. None of us are perfect. And neither of us expect you to be.
Yes, well, seems like my downfalls and my flaws are the ones particularly on display right now and to be discussed. So I think we'll stay outside.
Did you come outside because it felt a little too personal? Like
I
some of
came
the words she
outside.
said were true?
I came outside to keep myself in check. I'm well aware of my temper.
Okay. Why can't you do that inside?
Because staring at her face and hearing those words doesn't exactly make me want to keep my temper in check. And then she's within sword reach. I've done a lot more harm in these years before meeting you all, technically, than I have done protecting.
Do you think that was wrong?
What I had to do to keep me and Ven alive.
I would.
All right, panning back inside to Adelaide and Connor. What are you guys talking about?
What are we talking about, darling?
Connor would still be trying to find a way to convince her that Az is worthy.
Love how you're the one telling me this.
Well, considering how I met her, and he would end up telling her exactly what happened, how they all met, what brought them together. He would end up saying, it's like, I think that if you ignore her temper and her slight penchant for violence, which may also be due to the history that she went through, and possibly her fear of losing her friends all over again. I think that is actually what's holding her back the most. Is the fact that she thinks that everything must be landed on squarely on her shoulders, so that way she will never lose us. Because she was pushed back 10 years without us, and when she met us, we did not know who she was.
It hurts when you don't have anybody.
So if
I
you
understand
ignore
you.
all that, I think she is worthy.
I'm sorry, but it's really hard to ignore all of that. I understand, I really do. Anger is not the issue. The walking away. Again, when times get tough, who will stand and fight? I'm not just talking about literally. Because of one comment, instead of sitting and maybe asking a couple questions, she decided to leave. And now you are trying to convince her. How many times has that happened?
This would actually be the first.
Connor,
Mm-hmm.
I need a deja vu die on that one.
Oh shit. Okay. Um. Even?
It's odd.
Oh no.
Damn it. Okay.
How about this? How about you all sit and talk for a little bit? Enjoy the pastries. I have nobody else to give them to, and I should probably stop eating so many myself. Go have a nice talk with Constance and be back in a bit.
I'll try to convince her.
Don't think it's you who needs to convince her about herself. 'Cause I believe you as well. I think she deems herself unworthy. That cannot happen. Just stand up. Go grab her staff. Go head out. See the two of them. And walk over to her cow and just sit and just start talking to the cow.
Connor still hasn't moved from the table, but the pair would hear in their heads, "Come inside, we need to talk."
You get a give me a minute from Ramanor.
Az just shrugs. I guess we need a minute.
Okay. Connor just makes another cup of tea, and he just sits there waiting for them.
Az, did I ever tell you in the 10 years why I'm so optimistic?
DM. I'm going to assume that Ramanor did in the 10 years tell her this, but does she remember?
I need a retcon die for that. Not
You need
retcon, deja vu
you know-
die.
Okay, I'm calling even.
Odd.
Damn it! So she don't remember. It's a long 10 years. Don't remember everything. I'm sure you did, but it's a lot of time.
Well, I can't say much has actually happened to me in my life. Up until I was about maybe 20, I'm not even sure. I lived in a peaceful town. Nothing happened. No one ever got hurt. Well, that's fun and happy. I knew it someday I'd have to leave. I knew there was bad things out in the world. The reason I stay optimistic is because I know that everything that's gonna happen is gonna happen. There's not much we can do to change that. So I stay happy. Because why sulk and be angry when you never know what day is your last? I'd rather enjoy fun times with you than watch you be angry. So consider being a little more open. Talk to me about things. I don't care. I'll listen for days. But don't just hold everything to yourself. Because then it just boils over. And, well, I think it's part of why you're angry. There's too much inside, needs to get out, but you keep trying to push it down. I care about you, Az. Just like I care about Connor, the rest of my family back home. So next time that you're getting mad, think about that. Maybe talk to me. We have this mental link thing now, so I guess it makes it easier, but I'll always be here to help you, okay? You don't have to leave when things get hard, because we're right here by your side. It's not just you against the world, against the Nine. We're in this together.
Oh no, Larry.
Now come enjoy some tea. It's really good with some milk in it, I promise.
I love Raminor so much. Just. You can watch, like, her throat is tight, like, as he's talking, and just kind of, like, stares at the floor. And then he ends it on that note, and she just kind of. It's about right. Just. I'll keep that in mind. And pushes off the walk back inside.
Me and Connor aren't unconscious yet, so I think we're okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Connor, for a minute, thinks about putting his head on the table just for the hell of it. But he knows.
I want you to roll something to see if you actually do that. Give me a D20. I'm taking away all your character agency.
That's a 13.
You fought the urge. You didn't do it.
He would,
God.
but he's definitely gonna put his hand, like he would end up sitting like this, and he's just gonna stare at them. as they walk back in. So, are you done?
Ask this one. He started it.
No. No,
I
he
mean, I
didn't.
started a conversation.
That.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
I think he's talking about you walking out.
You asked
Anna.
us. You found us again. We became friends. If somebody questions you about our friendship, about these last couple of weeks, what we've been through, and the fact that you walked out instead of actually saying, yes, they are my friends, and I'm defending you, that doesn't look right. So I want to know, before anything else happens. You say 10 years in the future, from when you came back, we were the best of friends. This group. Those who were with us, those who stayed. Ramanor and I are still here. Are we still your friends?
I consider you my friends. But if it comes into question from another, I'm not going to speak for you. And knowing myself, I put myself out of swinging range.
So, as a friend, we stand together. We move together. We plan together.
So tell me to stand here and have my entire identity called into question and just stand there.
Do you really
And
think
have
the
both of
fact
you
that...
listen.
Do you think that I would have actually let that slide?
I don't know anymore. Things are different. This isn't the same.
Then you
As the
learn from the
ten-
difference. The same way
Yes.
that me and Ramanar are learning about you from nothing.
As
Before you found us on the road, we didn't know who you were. Correct?
you could trust us before, right?
Yes.
So what makes this different? What's different about this us than the us from before?
Let's consider the fact that we lost one member already, and then my sister wandered off. You think that my life isn't a little bit shaken by that?
I'm not saying it's not.
So
I'm
pardon me
trying.
for having fears and doubts.
What I'm trying to say is, over the past 10 years,
Okay, jump in the shower after that.
we were friends.
It's okay. I'll go get you something.
I'm so sorry. We left thin doors. Reaching my father yelling at my younger brother, everybody. Get in the shower. Anyways.
So, for 10 years, we were friends. You trusted us with everything in you, right?
Time, but yes.
just because things happened differently this time around doesn't mean we've changed as people.
I'm probably still an insufferable jerk that you still know, and so is there much of a change? And he's still probably the milk lover that you knew too.
I do love milk.
We're well aware.
So have we changed? Things around us may have changed, but we are still here by your side. We planned an entire thing to help you with what you want. If you want my honest opinion, I'm against the entire plan. But
Then say that.
knowing what we can gain from that, knowing the changes that may be wrought, I will gladly help you with.
Here's a question for the both of you. You call my trust into question, but you won't even voice what you actually think to me. How am I to trust what you think or say? If you won't be honest.
I am being honest with you.
Now,
I was honest with you before.
When did I not speak my mind?
talking about
Ramanor only
one.
knows how to speak in honesty.
Of that I'm well aware. You. Why not tell me you didn't like it before?
Because number one, I don't want to cause unnecessary death. Because if you get caught, to get you out, we would end up having to fight all the guard. So for a minute there, I was against the plan. Because of that. But I considered it. And I thought about it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Connor, but part of that is also making sure she's safe.
Exactly. Because regardless of what, if she
The door
cannot be
slowly
safe,
opens.
if she cannot be safe in getting in and getting out, if we can make sure the fact that nobody suffers from it all, I don't want part of it. Because regardless of what, at the end of the day, I only have you two to count on. In the same way that you two have the other two to count on. So yes, I may not tell you then and there, I don't like this plan. But I will find a way to actually make it worth it. Which is what I did. I considered the plan
Excellent.
and I thought of things.
Oh, hi, Adelaide.
She closes the door, sits back in her spot. Well,
What's your answer? As? Are
What?
we your friends?
That was never the question.
Ah, but
oh,
you
it
didn't answer
was
it
my
before.
question, though, that's why I asked.
You're my friends. Never not been.
And I never questioned that for a second.
course
Even when
we-
you walked out the door.
It's never good.
I'm still an insufferable jerk, probably.
If I start listing off all the things wrong with me, we're going to be here far too long, so I'm going to shut up.
Oh no, I never asked for no. Here's how I see it. Met, became friends. We went back in time 10 years. You could have gone down a different path, and yet you didn't. You decided that for some reason you liked them enough, you wanted to try to be friends with them all over again. she will stand up. She'll walk over to a cupboard again. And she'll come on over. Everyone's sitting at the table, right? We're all sitting now.
I mean, Ramanor's probably still her height while he's sitting, but yeah.
As are you sitting?
She's standing.
She's standing. Like by the table?
Yeah, just by the boys, but yeah.
Okay. She will like stand by a chair and be like,
I'm good.
Az, just sit down.
God, just fucking sit down.
as she sits down, she will go next to her and she will kneel next to her. And she will hold out her hand, and in her hand is a small wooden necklace on a leather cord. And in the pendants, it's like wood, but it's carved. So there's something in it. And it looks like a dried plant is within it. Your strength is not measured by how hard you can hit and how fast you can get out of a room and how tightly you can clench your teeth. Your strength is numbered by the people that you surround yourself with and what you choose to do to help others. And know that you have that strength within you, but you forget it. She'll hand the necklace over, and if she smells it, it's lavender. When you get upset, just smell it, dear. It'll calm you down.
God, you just gave her a diffuser necklace.
Yes, I did.
Connor's thoughts. Connor's thoughts. Oh. Maybe it will actually help her sleep too.
You're turning her into a Bed Bath & Beyond bitch.
Oh man, I got a whole closet.
As you snag that necklace out of her hand, that's where we're going to end our episode for the night.
God damn it.
We're going to come back next week with the same crew. Kay will be here with us next week as well, continuing this part of the session. Thanks, guys, for being here. We got TikTok. What else do we have? We got Instagram.
Patreon.
We got Patreon if you want us to play in person and see that.
One of these days, I will actually devote time to uploading videos onto YouTube.
Uploading videos on YouTube. We got Kay. She's got a TikTok, Bard Mom. She's got some cosplay content on there. She's got a lot of content about her own original campaign that she's running as a dungeon master for the very first time. Kay and I get together often. We talk about tips that I can give her for being a dungeon master.
Because I need help.
But hey, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for watching. I had a great time because I got to just sit back and watch a story unfold for an hour. So
Thank you for letting me crush you.
thanks, guys, and we will see you in a week.
Yep.
Thank you for giving Ramanor a wisdom moment.
Good.